Hey Facebook, how y'all doing? I'm sitting here under a light, so forgive me for this rushed telecast because I'm frustrated. I'm very, very frustrated. I have this headphone in my ear, and I'm a news junkie. That's one thing. I'm also a political junkie. So I'm sitting here looking at the news as well as listening to Periscope and looking at Twitter and everything else, and I am absolutely frustrated. Now I'm frustrated not because of protesting, but because of the not being organized, or let me rephrase, because it was possibly organized. It was possibly organized. So I'm not saying it's not organized. Let me not say it that way. I'm more frustrated of the fact of the issue is continuing to being restated instead of solutions that are coming across. I continually hear, let's talk, let's talk, let's talk, and all of those different things, which is great. But after we talk and after we done those, what are some of the solutions that are going to take place for the issue that we already know at hand? We already know African Americans are being seen in a different light. We already know that black men are getting stopped. We already know that they're killed. So what's the solution? Anything. I know there's not one. But I need something other than restating the issue. How about we make sure that there's diversity training for our cops and for our law enforcement that is ongoing, not just one time, but let's do it ongoing. Just like you get sharpshooter training, just like you have to go and qualify for your gun, just like you have to go and do any of those agility tests, let's make sure that you get some soft skills where you learn how to talk to somebody, where you learn how to make sure that you command respect as we're giving you respect, where you understand that you may have some bias in your life because of something you were taught that you don't even know that you were taught. You don't even know that there's a stereotype, but you were taught that, and therefore we need to let you know in the where you are in the neighborhood that you have. Let's look at the laws that we have on the book that are clearly slanted toward the African American community or towards women or towards men, or there's clearly slanted that need to either be off the books or need to be changed so that we can make sure that they are enforced in a manner that is respectful to everybody. That if you do have drugs or if you do get caught with something, which you know good and well that you're going to go to jail for, that it's not done where you're going to be in jail for 20 years if you're black and 10 years if you're something else, or 5 years, where the rapist can't get away with a slap on the wrist for 6 months, and you know good and well that you took that woman and you took that girl and you drugged her and you raped her. Let's look at laws like that and how they're enforced and how they need to do. Let's look at the stereotypes that are off and the discriminatory things that are happening with the community, and then go back and try to make sure that they are enforced correctly. We have police officers who are white or black or however you want to see it. I'm going to go with my neighborhood. I live in a predominantly black neighborhood. Most of the officers in my neighborhood, because I'm next to Columbia College is next to my house. So therefore, Columbia College Police Department are enforcing in my area. So therefore, they're in a white police officer in the black area. And I can honestly say, when I walk down the street or my husband walks down the street, Columbia Police Department, they wave, they say hello, they talk to my son, they give him a sticker. That's community outreach. So why can't we discuss that with some of these police officers? Get these police officers in the community so that the people can see them, understand that they know where they are. I told my police officers the other day, I applaud you for coming into the area, and you are a white officer in a predominantly black area, and I know you may have something that goes on or that you're looking, but I don't hear of you being discriminatory, and I thank you for the job that you do. Now don't speed in the area, because you speed in the area, they will get you. But there's something that you do. But you still need to make sure that they know that you're human and that we're human too. My son, 3 years old, loves police officers. I'd be doggone if I'm going to tell him that a police officer is the enemy. My best friend is a police officer, so I know what they can do. But I also know that he talks to his community. And when he was an MP, that he was in the community. You've got to do things to help yourself. So that means that everything can be done. But I'm tired of hearing the problem continually restated. Give me one solution. We don't need to have no more forums. We've already had the forums. Take the information you got from the forum and be able to put them on a piece of paper. Go to your legislator, go to your district attorney, go anywhere you can, and make sure that you try to get them enforced and put some type of policies in place. Stop talking and get to action. And you cannot have forums, any community, black community. You have to invite some white folks to your forum to talk about the issue, because you can't have diversity issues with just one set of races inside at the table. If we need to be at the table, they need to be at the table as well. You cannot have diversity issues if you've never invited anybody to your house to eat at your table. Let's have a diversity dinner. Because when you break bread with somebody, you truly get to know who that person is. So break bread with somebody this week, for somebody who looks different than you. I don't care where they are. I know you got at least one white friend, black folks. But white folks, I know you got at least one black friend. Make sure that you say hello. I got friends. I've had them at my house. I talk to them on a regular basis. One of my best friends in Georgia. We don't talk every day. We don't have anything to do on an ongoing basis because I live in South Carolina. But I know right now if I call her, she will take my call and she will come and she will run to me if I need to. I got another friend who we don't even see the same way. She is a diehard Republican. I'm independent. She has things on her Facebook post that I don't agree with, but in the midnight hour, when I call, and I'm going to call her name out because I want her to know, when I called Brittany Kelly and I told Brittany Kelly that I was having an issue with my baby and I was feeling sad, Brittany let me call her any time of the day. And Brittany let me talk to her, and she prayed with me because she's my Christian sister first. And my friend Heather, she's my Christian sister first before anything else. My friend Emma, we don't see eye to eye on anything, but if she needs anything, she's in New York. If she has anything, she can come to my house. I can come to her. Heck, my son was in love with her. So I'm saying let's get some solutions in place, some things that need to happen instead of continually restating the issue. Yes, the flag came down. Yes, there's heritage. We know these things. But how can we solve it? How can we connect? How can the community come together as, even though we're not one? America doesn't have to be a melting pot. It is a mosaic. And what is a mosaic? A mosaic is many little pieces that come together to make one big picture. I want to stay an individual. I am proud of my African American heritage. I am proud that my grandfather, Riley Pruitt, took the time to marry an ex-slave kitty to make me look lovely and brown with my wide nose and my curly hair and my wide hips and my large bosom for the Nigerian to come out. I am very proud of that. But I'm equally proud of the fact that my cousins are lighter skinned with wavy hair, or that they have a white wife or a Mexican wife, or anything that happens, because they love each other and it's family and they are bound under God, and that they love God and that they're raising God-fearing children, which is the most important thing. So if we look at that and we say love, and you let love guide you, and love guide you to a solution, diversity is not that hard. You can remain a person and remain yourself in your mosaic, because when you put the individual pieces, such as myself, and you put another individual piece would be my sister, and another individual piece would be my another sister or my brother, and you put those pieces of the mosaic together, you put a big picture, you will see the whole state, you will see the whole city, and therefore you're still retaining your individuality while understanding your diversity, understanding your inclusiveness, and understanding who your community is. Come on, people, let's just get together. Let's really take a true effort and take this frustration and use it for love, and take this frustration and use it for action, and take this frustration and go to your legislators, go to your elected officials, because we hired them when we elected them. And now we're getting ready to elect people. Don't just look for presidential elections. Let's look at the folks who do take your money. And the thing that people don't look at the most is your school board. They're the ones who are guiding your children. Your Department of Education are the ones who get your history. So if you want to make a change in diversity, start there. Because no, I didn't learn Black history in school. But you best believe if you try and you go somewhere else and you make a fuss about that, I bet you'll do it. I know I'm just frustrated and I don't want to continue to ramble. I just got to say, let's stop just talking and go into action. Do something with some soft skills. Do something with some diversity issues for officers. Let's go into the community. Let's make sure that respect is given and respect is received. And together we will be able to have a mosaic of our country and not just a melting pot where people don't have to assimilate, but they can keep their own individuality, work together, and make sure that we in America, in United States, in South Carolina, in Columbia, can come together with a great history. And I see that my friend Brittany is on it. Brittany, I talked about you, and I just want you to know that I love you. And I never really told you thank you for always taking my calls and praying with me. And while we don't agree, or I don't agree with everything you say or have anything, I know that you are there for me. And I know that you love me, and that if I need you, you are there. And I thank you so much for that. So I thank y'all before I become a blubbering mess. And I thank y'all so much for listening. And if you have anything that you need to have and can do, go ahead and do it. And let's organize in a fashion that goes with solutions. Thank y'all so much. Bye.